Hey guys, we're just going over a short video on what we're going to be doing for our dog preparation for our 4,000-mile road trip that we're going to be doing. So we have a couple of our dogs here, as you can see. That's Squirt right there in the camera. He's just hanging out here, and then we have little Ladybug that is over there. She's a little bit bigger, but one of the first things we're going to be doing, and the easiest step that we can do to try and help the dogs for this trip, is we're going to take a cooler with us. So this is just a small one, and we're going to have just cooled jugs of water in there. So it's not going to be frozen. We're just going to keep those cool so we can immediately pour it whenever we stop. So we can fit 2, maybe 3 jugs in there. We are going to have additional jugs, and we're going to completely freeze those. Those will just hang out in the back of the truck, and then they can melt on their own, and that'll give us a little bit more time of cold water while we're using these ones, and we can refill them as needed. One other thing that we're going to do is we are making right now a freezer popsicle for the dogs. So we have a metal watering bowl here that has a bone that's hanging out in it. Usually we put some other treats in there, and we might after it starts to freeze a little bit more. But we just put treats in there and then we freeze it, and this gives them a nice cooling treat for them to use while they're going to be on the trip. And then of course we're going to use like the little gel packs and other freezer packs to help keep our cooler cool as we're traveling. We have Squirt here hanging out in his kennel. We are going to be taking both these kennels. She has one that's just a little bit larger for her. They're both the same style, very easy to collapse when we're not using them, and it's going to give them plenty of airflow throughout it as we're going. So we have their kennel. We also have some of the watering containers which we're going to be using. We plan on laying this down on its side, putting a little bit of water in there and freezing it overnight. And then first thing in the morning, we'll fill that with water, so we'll have an ice chunk in there and help it keep cool as well. So that'll just go there. We lost our other little band, so we kind of jerry-rigged that one on it. And then as we're traveling, we also have the little food containers, which we're going to attach in there too. They have the little metal ones right now. We're going to go for the travel versions. He's excited. So hers is a little bit larger, being that she is a larger dog. So we have this, and we still have all the rings for it and everything. So we'll just put that on their kennel. Inside the kennel, for the floor, we're actually going to take out this old mat right here that we're using for comfort and padding, and we're going to be putting in cooling pads. We'll show that in a little bit. The other thing that we have right here is going to be our throw stick. He loves to play fetch, and so if we can ever get just to some scenic areas, maybe out by some fields or something, then we're going to go ahead and try and play fetch with them. Just run them a little bit, makes it so they're a little bit less anxious, and try and make everybody a little bit happier while we're out there. See, he's excited to be playing. Here's the pads that we were talking about. So on both of the kennels, we got these cooling pads, just picked them up from PetSmart. They weren't very much. They're gel filled and pressure activated. So we got a large one for hers and a medium for his. They have these little materials, the cloths that are in between them, because the way they cool can cause condensation, so when you pack them back up, it can cause black mold in there. Be sure that if you do purchase these products, you check them before you leave the store. We had purchased this large one, got home and found out that there was already a bunch of mold inside, so we had to return it. So that's why these are in there in between, to try and keep it nice and dry and moist. And all it is just, it's this nice pad here, and as you're laying on it, or as you're pushing on it, so if we lay on it here, it's actually much cooler to the touch. She wants to come cuddle. But it's much cooler to the touch. It feels way better than the floor or everything else around me. I already feel much cooler. You want to lay down, lady? Yeah. So they haven't much laid on them yet, unless they were in the kennel with them. But that's the cooling pads that we're going to be placing inside. You will want to make sure that their nails are trimmed, just to try and reduce any puncturing possibilities, and make sure that they're nice and comfortable while they're in there. He loves it a lot more. We'll put it out on the ground and he likes laying on it. And then she just copies him. All right, so that's the cooling pads there. Both these guys hanging out. And then we have the little vests. So we have these cooling vests that we're going to be using. And come here, bud. Come here. Come here, bud. And so it just slides right on over the head first. And then it goes in between their legs and clips on both sides. According to the sizing charts on there that we used, this one is just a little bit large. It's the correct size for the dimensions that they gave us on the site, but it definitely covers them and gives them plenty of room. It just has the snaps on the sides, so we just get those clips and snap it right in, and it goes right over the head, and that's all it is. So we're just going to use some nice cool water and pour that all over this vest, and that's going to keep them nice and cool and covered with nice cold water as we're doing our trip. This is also really great if you're going to take them out for a run during the day, if you're going on long walks or hikes or whatnot, and you have dogs that are prone to overheating, or you just want to keep them nice, comfy, and cool. We can use this little vest right here, and that's going to keep them cool and happy during our trip. The actual setup of our vehicle, how we're going to do it is we have a truck. It's a GMC Sierra 1500, and so they don't have enough room in the cab right now for us to put both their kennels in there to keep them in the AC and everything. We're going to put them in the bed of the truck. We did get a truck cap, and we also sprayed that truck cap with a metallic paint, and that's going to help reflect off some of the heat. After that, we do on the inside, we have a matte black or a matte white finish that's going to help keep it cooler in there as well. The windows do open, so we're going to give them that current, the air current that's been going through there. And then again, we're going to have all that ice available for them. Every stop when we or every gas station when we go to get gas, we're going to also be stopping to get bags of ice. And he loves his little ice chips. Both of them do. They love their ice chips, so we can add ice to their drinks again, and then they can have fun chewing on just a few ice chips to cool them down a little bit in between stops. If you have any questions or any ideas for us to help us on this journey, just please let us know, and we'll give you the comments and feedback. Thank you.